Hi buddy, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 5 Episode 135 with me, Sid, and last episode we kind of finished this off. Oh, hang on, that's why I'm not picking any of those up. Let me just get those. Yeah, we got this thing sorted, which, as you will know, is our triple zombie spawner, and is surprisingly effective. We should start getting, yeah, here we go. So if we stand on this block here, we activate 3 spawners over there, and they're all dropped down into here after taking a bit of a fall. It's certainly enough that I can one-shot them with my mithril scythe. This is connected into here. It filters all of the coins and the pig iron over there, and all the other stuff goes into a waste system over there. So we can get a whole load of stuff. You can see all of the materials down there are waiting in there. We've now got another, well, we're nearly at a full Minecraft stack. This needs to be turned on. That's always a good thing. That's not going to work unless that's turned on. It is a downside to this that it's I had it working on a comparative system, and it really just did not hack it. So so this was the solution, was to fire this lot in here, and and maybe I should come up with a better on-off mechanism right now, but this is fine. So my plan to start off with today is to get an absolute metric crap ton of pig iron using the spawner. I mean, we built it for a reason. We've got food, we've got water, and I also do need at some point to take some of the stuff that we've collected around here away as well. But yeah, that's the plan. And as you can see, that's full, so we would need to turn that on to have any chance of coping with the volume of stuff that's going through here. So I am going to work this spawner system. Oh, wow. And well, I'll see you in a little while. I'm going to time myself, so roughly see how much we get. Back in a bit. Alright, 2 episodes of Doctor Who later. Yeah, that's my unit of measure these days. And lots of zombies later, which I'm not going to kill, the remaining ones. We have, oh god, let me jump in here. It's a little bit laggy, but we have got quite a few ingots of pig iron. This is definitely OP. Well, I think I can say that relatively safely. Let me have ready you and you while we're at it. We'll leave those, and I will take those 2 with me. Oh, I've also I need to turn the sound back on for blocks, but you can kind of get a feel that there's 1 or 2 zombies down there, and we really do need to do something about that, by which I mean get out of the area and have done. Let me oh man, I picked up some more skulls. Let's just quickly eat. Yeah, it is night time, so we'll quickly sleep, and we should be good to get over there, and from there we can go, hang on, let me have my that ready to there. We can hit the old F7 button, head back, and we'll let all those lovely zombies that we had downstairs despawn. Now I have thought one of the ways we could potentially improve that is by sticking a villager inside of the zombies at the end of the corridor where they go down, but a couple back, if you know what I mean, so they can't attack it. And that would essentially give us the ability to do things. Now I do need to just sort out my music and sounds. Blocks, they were at 30. That's what I turned down to get rid of the click click click, because 2 hours of click 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 would be enough to, quite frankly, give anybody the screaming abdabs. So I could, oh hello, we've got gooseberries again. Can we walk through gooseberry bushes? We can. Okay. Well, I ain't going to complain at free gooseberries. Fruit is fruit is fruit, and we need all that we can get. So while we're here, we might as well quickly just try not to walk into those, of course, because they'll spike me, and we don't want to get spiked. Ow, ow. See, told you. Alright, so I'm going to quickly just run all of this fruit into storage, I think. I might as well do these almonds as well. In fact, cocoa, not almonds. Free protein. And anything else? None of those. Did I see a blueberry there? I did. But just the one. Disappointing. Right, well, we can put this lot away, and I will then sort out the spoils of our mission, and then we can our little soiree into mob spawner madness, and when we'll see what we're going to do next. But we should have, with that pig iron, enough steel to do probably the grinder and probably a large sub part of the hooferator. Let me get those out for now. Yeah, so we can get these all down, and then we can pick them all back up again, and then they'll be processable bubble. But let me just sort that out, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so we got a reasonable amount of pig iron from that, and I've just been back to my store and also picked up the rest of the pig iron that we have stashed away, and I actually already taken a screenshot of the pig iron, and I think we're going to need another one, because this is a serious amount of metal. A seriously serious amount of metal. Missing 2 on that one. Okay, that's fine. To the point where we, yeah, I have to say, exploiting zombie spawners and looting like that, definitely, let me just get a new screenshot, definitely overpowered. Right, we've got now a nice empty crate. We're going to take you, and we need to reverse process this so we can then process it into steel, and from steel into, well, high carbon steel, and then again into steel. This is going to take a little while, but I did want to say, there's a little bit of me that would like to actually create a warehouse to store all of our metals like this. Just a little bit of me. Partially because I know that it actually it's a pain. It's a pain mechanism of storage. But the other thing is, I'm not sure whether I see a point. You know, it's the crates and cupboards and various things are equally good at doing it. So maybe that's the way to go. But anyway, let me just pick all of this lot up. I'm going to pile it through the metal press, turn it into steel, and from there, well, we'll see what we do next. Back in a mo. Alright, so we've got our wooden storage crate. We are going to pop you straight on there because you might as well do it that way, and all of that is going to turn into high carbon steel. While that's doing, I'm going to address the pile of crates in the room, and we're going to process all of the lapis that we've got in here, so we can finally get rid of this out the middle of the place as well. That's the wrong thing, because, you know, might as well. This is going to take a while, so yeah, and then we've got to run it all through again, just for good measure. So I'll be back in a little while. This is a definite episode of grindiness. I just wanted to double check something. I got satin spar, I got saltpeter, we got petrified wood, we got the gypsum, bituminous coal, jet, pitch blende. That was the one we needed. I was just looking at what we wanted the grinder for. And it's interesting, the grinder will actually do all of the kaolinite. It will turn that into gypsum powder. Petrified wood has no use. Jet will crush to coal powder. Saltpeter to saltpeter. Satin spar will crush to blaze powder. So yeah, there's quite a lot of good things we can do with the crusher. I was kind of umming and ahhing about whether we needed it or not, and I'm now definitely of the opinion we do. So with that in mind, yeah, I'm going to be doing this. Be back in a sec. Sometime later. Yeah, I was very tempted to put the meme up, but I resisted the meme. I have got over here, in here, a whole load of steel. I've also got some conveyor belts, and I've got a single light engineering block, which is probably not even going to be useful. However, what we need to do is we need to turn these wrought iron blocks into wrought iron sheets. If I can get myself to there, we need old Bluey, and yeah, there's 100 wrought iron blocks. There's 100 wrought iron, I should say, which should make me 50 iron, double iron hoofers. And there's 10 great wood chests there. So it probably wouldn't take a reasonable genius to figure out, taking that recipe, which is 2 ingots of iron more expensive than that recipe. But it has to be said that that recipe is more of a pain to make. So yeah, hence why I'm doing this recipe. With me? I'm with me. We're going to make hoppers, because what we are going to make is we are going to make the crusher. The crusher requires 9 hoppers, but we'll want a 10th hopper to feed the conveyor belt, so that's absolutely fine. It's going to take 8 steel fence and 10 steel scaffolding, and then the light engineering blocks, which we'll come back to in a second. But the steel scaffolding requires, of course, steel fence, and we need 10, so we're going to need 2 batches of those and some more of those, and that's going to require those, and that's going to basically be steel with a metal press. So that's simple enough. And we should, how are we doing that? Oh, we've still got plenty to go. Probably want about 10 of these given the amount of time it takes to do anything on them, but no, that's fine. I'm not greedy. 8, 16, 32, 40, 44. So that should come to 8, and then we'll end up with 2 more. I think that should be around about it. It is. And then, of course, these can all go through here. Wow. Actually got too much to stick in. I haven't put a chest on the top of this thing because I never expected to have to put quite so much material into this. And I can imagine the art furniture is only going to be even worse. So that's the thing to look forward to. But in we come. Sheety sheets. And eventually there's our first 10. So, you know, we can take a couple of those. And bang. So yeah, 9 of those plus 1 for the road. And we should then be about there. Now the crusher, as I say, the crusher is not the most useful item in the game right now, because it doesn't actually create that much that we can't create. Well, it doesn't create much. I'll rephrase that. It doesn't create much we desperately need, but there are a few things it does, and it does a few of them well, so we don't have to use the querns. And I've just completely done that wrong while I was talking. That's what happens when you try and talk and work at the same time. You make mistakes. Oh well, mistakes are there to be made after all. But and then almost, but not quite, we'll have the last little batch here, and that will give us all of the hoppers that we could ever want, and my ability to sweep those in was absolutely shocking. So then we need those. For that we're going to need some of those. We're going to need to, okay, we'll take a bit of that out. We'll pop you in there. We'll grab you. We're going to pop you there, and I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Let's go with that for now. And no sheets, so that's handy. Okay. Here come our steel rods. That's probably nowhere near enough, because that is just going to make me 4. Yeah, okay. And if I want 1, 2, 3, another 2 plus, I can't remember how many I needed. Give me 8. So 1, 2. How many did I put in there? There was 32, didn't I? I put in 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then another 6. Let's just do that many. It's not like we are cash strapped for steel, is it? And eventually we'll have, that should be enough to do the next bit. And 1, 2, 1, and 1, and 1. Oh, there we go. And then 3 and 3. That gives me 12 of those, and I needed 10, I think it was. 10 scaffolding, yeah, okay. 1, 2 spare. And stick those back for a second. And then the rest of those should go and make 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now I needed 8. Okay, I made one too many. That's fine. So that takes us to the point where we're about to drop dead from hunger. No, we're not going to drop dead from hunger, but it takes us to the point where we can just drop those off. So the last thing we need that we're missing out of all of this is the light engineering blocks. We also need to eat. And have a drink. And then armed with all of that, that uses mechanical components. We need, how many did I say it was? Oh god, I can never remember. You know what, my memory for simple things like numbers, oh, that's perfect. So you make two, these make 2s. So I need 10 of those, which are that. Okay, let's go and do those. In fact, let's take that with us, shall we? So pop you there. We're going to take those and those, and I need. I'm going to need. I want to need 40 to make 10, aren't I? And I've only got 30 there. Okay, hang on. Let's do 10 in that corner. I'm slightly wrong. Damn it. And then just whack that there and do that. That should give me 10 of those. And then if we go back here and just have a quick look at you, we just need all copper and iron. Let me just grab some more iron because I'm positive we'll need more. Oh, we're going to need slightly more copper as well. Because we're going to need 30 exactly. I wonder if we're going to have enough copper for doing the arc furnace. That is debatable. Bang. And again, it is peculiar, this mod pack, TerraFirmaCraft, because most of this, whilst this would be semi-challenging in vanilla immersive engineering, the challenge would be primarily the steel, which you would be making with a blast furnace, obviously. The reality is, with this particular, in TerraFirmaCraft, is the challenge is that much greater. So we are going to go with so your power goes in at the back, so that wants to be 3, and then okay, 1, 2, 3 at the back there. 1, 2. No. Let's put it in the right place. There. Then we're going to take those and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to take 2 more of them and pop you out, and that will go there. Then we come up a level, and that is 3, 1, and 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, and 1. I think that's right, isn't it? And then it's, oops, hello. Let me jump in there, grab those. Then it is finally those on top. Now these are Minecraft hoppers, so they should be fine. Leaves us with that and that. Now we're going to need some kind of structure to take those up, and we also need our immersive hammer, which is not here, of course. So let us run around. Run. And this feels so nice getting these big old machines in place though, because it seems like a long time. I'm trying to even think how many episodes ago it was that we actually said let's make the arc furnace, and then every single bit of this process since has been, now I don't know which do we hit. Yes we do, we hit that. Okay, and of course we can go in here and we're absolutely fine right now. The output is there. That's an interesting place to stick an output. What do I want to stick in there to hold the output? Maybe a crate? No, I don't know which. That one. It has a slightly bigger inventory than the chest after all, so we can pop you there. That works. But then what we need to do is we need to get a conveyor belt up and dumping into this from down here. I think what we need is some, well, I mean obviously I could do this like so. And that would obviously work fine, but I think I would prefer to have some aluminium scaffolding underneath that. Now I can put it, I should be able to, can I, no. I thought we should be able to get one. That needs, hang on. Bring that wall and then plop, in you go. So the only thing we need really is the structural stuff to go under here. Oh, and let us not forget the let me just and in it goes. Lovely. So that works. That looks a little bit naff though. I wonder if I could do a draw. Oh, mind you, then you're into, what's that? Didn't I just know? How about if I take that out and put you in there? That works better. But obviously at the moment there's no power, so nothing's happening. So next thing is going to be, I don't want to, you see, I genuinely do think that steel scaffold would look better. And we would need probably 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I would actually like that to be steel scaffolding stair, not thing, but we're looking at 5 steel scaffolding and a couple of stair blocks, I think. So we haven't got, actually, we've got structural arm though, so that would take 6. We make 6 per craft, so that's actually not too bad. Let's go and make those. We can, I think we can afford to be a little bit extravagant with the steel. It's not like it's hard to get now. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boop, boop. That should come through and give us enough fence. Pardon me. To make it all. I just think it'll look better in that. And while that's coming, I also need some great wood slabs to pack out the floor there. Shame that output's on the wrong side, isn't it? Tis a shame. But oh well, can't have everything. I keep saying we're not allowed everything. I don't know whether that's actually true. And I think we can get away with a normal energy conduit. So we shall give that a try. So that should give me a lot of that with some spare. That's fine. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1 and 2, and then that will give me those. We can put you away. All of that can go in there. I've still got a little bit of steel in my inventory, but we'll live. Because this is probably going to be where we leave this episode once this is up and running and working. So what we are going to want to do is chop you out and pop those in, and then we're going to come 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2. Now I'm going to guess that I cannot get that into the same space as that, because that really would make no sense. So I think we just do that. Now it looks a little bit derp with the conveyor floating over the top of that, but I can't see how that can share a space with that. Certainly not on 1.7 anyway. So that's fine. I'm happy enough with that. We've got you. Now all we need to do is come over here, and from there and that has now got juice. Don't want to step in that right now. We can get around to the output there. That's all good. You can turn you on, and that will very rapidly fill that up. And let's just go and grab some of the things we can crushurate and see. Let me put this down a second. I'm just going to get rid of you and you and you and you. That can stay. And let's try this out, shall we? Now I've got kaolinite. Do I want to do kaolinite? Bituminous coal, gypsum, petrified wood that has no use at all. Jet will crush to flux and coal powder. So I mean that's a useful use for jet because it really doesn't have much other use. Saltpeter will crush for 4 saltpeter, but again that's not a thing. And satin spar will crush for blaze powder. Down here we should have more satin spar, we've got the pitch blend, and this is of course what we want to get. We want this stuff. Okay, we've also got lignite and various bits and pieces. We should have cryolite, which will crush to redstone, so we can chuck you through. And if we were to go and have a munch on this first, if we jump in here, for example, and have a look at what was serpentine. Serpentine will crush to serpentine powder, which will make serpentine blocks. I don't know entirely what we can do with that, but apparently that is a thing. But more importantly, selenite will grind straight down. It does 2 in there, but in the crusher it will do 8. So yeah, that's awesome. And we can do the cinnabar stuff as well there. So we can take all of that down. Anything else I want to chuck through? Obviously we can do the Certus quartz. That will become that. So yeah, lots of things we can do with this crusher. Let's go and put them to the test. Let me just check how long I've been recording, and I'll be back in a second. Yeah, we are at time, so let us try. Let's start off with Cryolite. Well, it's noisy. But that's certainly more efficient than everything else. And if I turn you off, I mean, I presume that is barely going to use anything. So let us chuck the selenite through. I might try and get a screenshot with the actual things doing their thing, but yeah, that's definitely much more efficient than that. So if I now go over here and chuck that on, and then go and get the new screenshot, that's brilliant. That is our crusher. It's working. And you know, we can also just chuck our jet in while we're at it. I love making these factory with the kind of things moving around. One day I'm going to just do a pack which is entirely just immersive or something. I don't know exactly how we'll do it, but and currently it is still drawing the power that is stored in the engine conduit. It hasn't even drained that down yet. Now it's draining, but it's nothing. There's no drain realistically there. So on that note, I think we can safely say that so far this space is a success. Next episode, I think we're going to have to start looking at what goes here. We also need to bring this wire across into here, so any excess goes that way. The only thing is, I don't know if there is a way to prioritize the output. You know, you've got that, but I don't believe we can do anything about that. Whether I want to, I'm not entirely sure how best to do this, but I suppose the big question is there even any point to taking this over here? Because between the water mills and the 4 things, I don't think we'll ever drain this. Even if I were to put in an AE system on here, I don't think I would ever manage to have an impact on this input, because it's as I recall, it was a pretty good input. I can't really tell now, which is the downside. But yeah, I think on that note, we're going to call this one an episode. We have a crusher, and it's loud and noisy. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's progress that was worthwhile in my opinion, and Until next time, thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.